Greetings and salutations. Yeah, welcome to another episode of Fix My Garbage. Got my friend Martinbuilt here.
Hey guys.
And how long have we been dicking around with this now?
It's been a few hours.
A few hours trying to figure out why we have a P1698 code that just will not go away. And we've tested just about everything we can test without having an actual Chrysler scan tool that costs $1,000. But it's got to be something simple.
Yeah, I mean, it worked.
It worked before I pulled it out.
You pulled the engine out. Other than the engine didn't work.
Yeah. And now it doesn't.
And now it doesn't. Yeah.
So I haven't filmed anything up to this point, and I figured that's wasted a lot of time not filming. Of course, it's been pretty boring stuff to watch because we've just been sitting here, you know, putting on and taking off our smart glasses only to be befuddled by an electrical gremlin that just will not present itself. So we're going to continue, and hopefully we can solve this issue. If we can't solve it today, we'll try again tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
So back in a minute.
The next morning.
All right, welcome to day 2. Yesterday, Martin and I spent the better part of a day trying to find the source of this 1698 trouble code. We found some wiring issues on the transmission wiring harness that had nothing to do with this, and we've repaired those just because we were already there. The problem persists. Martin, being the Boy Scout that he is, has duplicates of a lot of things because he doesn't want to be, when he goes out on a trail adventure with his XJ, he doesn't want to be stuck out in the middle of the Mojave Desert or wherever he goes and not have like a spare crankshaft position sensor or a spare PCM or a transmission control module. It doesn't take up a lot of room to bring those things with you, and if they ever go bad or somebody in your group has an XJ has a failure like that, then you're not, you've got what you need to fix it and continue on your journey. Martin has a video explaining some of the things that he brings on a trail ride, and maybe I'll link that in the description. What he did for me this morning is he stopped out to pick apart and was seeing if he could find a replacement harness for this one, right, for these two circuits. And this harness goes over there, it disconnects over yonder to replace this entire harness, even though I don't think this is where the problem is. But along, my luck, they don't have any 98s. And in 98, they made a change to the plugs. These plugs right here. This goes to the coil, and then this one goes to the distributor. And it's probably not showing up, but these wires are completely, the insulation on these wires is totally deckered, and also the grounds down there, the insulation is separating from the wire, and it'd just be a lot easier if we could just replace the whole harness. And we could do that if there was a 98 sitting in a boneyard that hadn't been molested, but alas, there's no 98s in the boneyard, and in 98 they switched the connectors. There's a lot of 96s and 97s at the junkyard right now, but those connectors are different than these connectors, so we'll have to wait until another day. But that would affect the operation of the engine. The engine runs fine. It's just what's happening is the transmission doesn't have overdrive, and it's like when you put it into drive, the transmission feels like it's slipping, right? And it will move, but it feels like it's slipping, and it feels like it's starting in third gear. But when you take and you put the gear selector into low, or 1-2, the line pressure comes back on, and it will shift manually. So it will skip second gear, it'll start out in first, you can shift it into third, and it shifts without slipping. But as soon as you put it into drive, it just won't shift into overdrive. And I'm just backtracking some of the things that I did while this engine was out, and I took parts of the dash off, and I just took this all out to make sure I didn't inadvertently unplug something on the dash. I haven't found anything yet. But such is life, I guess. But at this point, I'm not very confident that we're going to solve the issue today. What Martin did for me this morning, and I can't thank him enough for doing this, he went, like I said, to pick apart to try to find that harness. He has an extra gauge cluster, so we're going to plug that other gauge cluster in and see if that might be, at least eliminate that from the equation. I don't know what we're going to do. Any thoughts? Comment in the comment section, I guess. But right now I'm waiting for Martin to get here. He should be here shortly, and we'll get back at it. And it comes right back. Son of a... So what have we done so far, Martin?
Gosh, everything. We're even trying stuff that we know isn't going to fix it. Hoping we're going to end it with some kind of miracle. Well, we've changed out the ECM with a known good. We've changed out the instrument cluster with a known good. Either one of those have worked. What else? Transmission control unit we changed out.
Check the grounds.
Check grounds. Clean the grounds.
The only ground that we haven't touched is this one here. But nothing else is failing.
Right. I mean, wiring checks out from point A to B. We've pulled all the connectors off the ECM and made sure none of the pins are down. Yeah, wiring's fun. Well, now it's always something.
Yeah, it only takes a $1,000 diagnostic tool to chase the shit down, which I ain't got.
Me neither.
This is one of the connectors that we replaced. This one goes to the camshaft position sensor on the distributor, and that's kind of the state of my wiring down in the bowels of the engine. Which other connector was that you fixed?
We got the coil and for the distributor or cam position sensor.
That's the one that you fixed yesterday. Was that the one on the transmission?
Oh, that was for that transfer case.
That connector was looking very similar to the one that came off the coil. But that's totally unrelated, like Martin said, to the issue at hand. Still eluding us. So if you own an XJ and you've experienced this problem and the amount of frustration that myself and my good friend Martin here are experiencing over this issue, please comment in the comment section before I blow this thing up with extreme prejudice.
2 hours later.
We quit that piece of crap. We're going to work on this piece of crap now. We're right back where we were a month ago. So I stripped the front end off the old green and stuck it on the old blue hunk of crap. Martin just left a few minutes ago, and I want to take this opportunity to thank Martin for coming all the way out here from Vegas. It's 2 days in a row. It's about an 80-mile drive one way for him. A little over an hour, and then this morning he was at Pick Apart looking for parts for that heap. Thank you, Martin. You'll never know how much I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm going to put a link in the end card to his channel. Go on over there and show Martin some love. Tell him I sent you. This is where we're at with the green Jeep. Engine runs fine. Transmission, for some reason, is not communicating with the engine. The two computers are separate, but they need to communicate to each other so that one knows the other one's there. It's complicated, and I don't quite understand it all myself. But I do know is that in order to properly diagnose this, I either need input from somebody who's actually experienced the same problem I have, or the proper software and the proper diagnostic equipment to troubleshoot it. If you're in the Las Vegas area and are a technician, an auto tech that has access to a Chrysler, I forget what it's called. I'll annotate it someplace here. It's a Chrysler factory diagnostic tool. If you have access to that and you want to help a brother out, shoot me a message down in the comment section. And speaking of the comment section, if you care to comment or share any insight or just call me a big dumb goof, down in the comment section is where to do that. If you like this video series, hammer away the like button. If you thought it sucked and I'm an idiot, I'm sorry I wasted your time. That certainly wasn't my intention. If you feel that way, then feel free to click the dislike button twice. But if you did like the video, I'd appreciate if you hammered away that like button. That lets YouTube's algorithm know that I'm here, trying to grow. And share this with your vast social media network. It only takes a second. Could you do that for me? I'll wait. Did you do it? Thanks. You're awesome. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider it. You ain't got nothing to lose. Click the subscribe button and then click the bell icon that's right next to that subscribe button so that you'll be notified of future uploads. And a friendly reminder that there are links in the description to the parts that I use in this engine build, this poor man's engine overhaul, and also links in the description to the equipment that I use to make these videos. Some of that might not be of interest to you. That's okay. I would appreciate it though if you're going to shop on Amazon to go through one of those links. You don't have to buy it, just go through it to whatever it is you're going to buy, and then you'll be helping this channel financially, because anything that you buy on Amazon, if you go through that link, the channel earns a little bit of a commission off that. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but the channel makes a couple of pennies, and believe me, every penny counts. So thank you in advance if you can do that, and if you can't, then we're probably related. So as always, fellas and ladies, you have fun, stay safe, shoot straight, keep powder dry, and have a splendid day. I'll see you on the next one. Okay? Bye.